3 months old, like this virus or whatever, just disconnected them. The person is 45, has never been able to express a word in 45 years. Imagine plugging a Neuralink into them.
Been always wound up wanting to say stuff, and now it's her time to process. Lamb.
This person's sister, because I was talking about doing disability work and talking about NDIS and things. And we were doing stuff. And then like,
so
the sister is unable, right? Is unable. And but this is the inability. So they're describing these things like, they can't speak and things, and they're just so they're sort of sitting in a wheelchair. They can't move, can't speak. They're just looking up, and so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, clearly they're not brain dead, because if they were brain dead like that, they would be put, and they're not on a machine, so they're breathing. They're autonomic, but they're just got no in-out. They've got no interaction.
They're basically cut off.
So I'm listening to the story, and I think that's pretty full on. It's a thing. But then I was like, so like, was it an accident at work, or was it some kind of like? Like, oh no, when they were born, like after 3 months of old, like this virus or whatever just disconnected them, and and so the viral that code disconnects. Since 3 months, the person is 45.
Well, I mean, sure, you got life.
Well, they said if you walk into a room, like they say you walk into the room, she's there, you can feel her kind of glow up or whatever, like, oh yeah, you're here, yay. But like without, like, you can feel that, like a human can feel that, you know what I mean? Like that kind of radiance. It's not measurable. The person literally isn't moving.
No.
So I listened at like 45 years, man, and somehow still like there, not like dead inside, or whatever, like just and so I just go, you know what, guys need to patient register straight away to Neuralink. You need to be on that. You need to like, and if it's like says that you have to be in America, just lie and just contact the company if needs be, and just go, no, we want to be on the triage. You need to. This person, if you put like just putting a video, I reckon I just put a video in front of her, showing her the video, like an instruction video, just going, this is going to go in here, does this, right? So with words, just saying the thing, just like any other video. Like she's obviously sat in front of televisions her whole life and everything. She's clearly has like, well, unless you as a like a platform for intelligence, if you weren't getting enough input, you would die. Your brain would just fucking die. So she must understand something.
Been in the black room forever.
It can't be like that. Like she's so show her the thing. Show her like the dude who can like use the computer and play chess and do all the stuff. Like right. So she sees what to expect, what's going to happen. And like maybe like the training, the beginning of it. Just sit there, just like spend it, like showing it to her for like a week. Like she can't get away. Just show her the content for a week. So you like, and then just play her the whole video. Like almost like I would play like a video of her like showing like going to America, getting on a plane, the whole thing, going to this place, getting the like showing like mock it up, so she knows what's happening, and then take her there. Just fucking go there. And I can't think of a better case. Like the dude who's playing chess because he can't use his computer but can talk and do everything and move his face around, but can't. It was used to just have mouth control. And that's amazing. But this person
voice control,
can't voice or mouth where they can move their mouth. But this person doesn't have voice, mouth, nothing. Has never said a word. Has never been able to express a word in 45 years. Imagine plugging a Neuralink into them after that. And after you've like not just randomly, like you're showing them what's going to happen. And then you just bring them in front of the monitor. Everyone's there. They know what's going on, even if they can't move. And it's just like they just start saying, "Got to feel like this in your mind," And you know what? I reckon that person would be moving that cursor faster than anyone in history.
Desperately trying to communicate.
Just can you imagine? Like it'd be like a child, like the first time ever being able to actually move something. Like can you imagine like the brain meltdown of after 45 years, something moved in the world because of you. Something changed in the world because you thought
because
something.
of the way you thought in a certain way.
Get out. You'd probably pass out just from the neural fucking explosion.
If they'd never been able to do it before, there'd probably be just tears in their eyes.
Tears.
They'd be crying.
Just fucking wow. Like I kind of just want to message Elon Musk and just say, hey, Bruce, like you should just sort this one out.
Like I hate to think of the most awful outcome, but it would be terrible if they just went, hey, had enough, please finish. You know what I mean? Like So
we'll just
be kind.
Finish me.
Be kind and
it hurts.
Exit, please.
It hurts. Stop the pain. Which is but even being able to say that, like after 45 years, like to give that gift.
Well, like a
do you want to like that they can give themselves
give response, isn't it? Truthfully, give response.
That's what I realised. Like the person
you can see them taking input, but giving responses, can't do much with, they're not emote or anything, I
thought like in telling them this and like really going for it, just showing them like they didn't believe me. I just took them straight to the website. I'm like, here's the button, click here, look, here's patient register. Should we press it now? Let's just do it now.
Start filling it in.
Let's fill it in the pub right now. And they're like, well, I'd maybe think about it a bit, but I don't know. Like, and I just think like, as I say, I just almost want to send us something like get a little bit of a thing up to let Ellen and Neuralink know. And so they triage this to the top of the chain. Surely somebody that there are other people in the world who have the same condition, obviously.
And
can't those people be at the top of the list?
It couldn't get much worse. Got to say that, Si. Like it would be having to
rely
on somebody for everything.
If you are 45 and you have been so willful,
but you kept yourself alive,
and it's like it's not like say you can just be like drinking a bottle of bourbon every night.
Would it be actually dangerous hooking someone like that up to it? Like could they just suddenly and plugged into a computer, got this thing, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, the whole place has been reprogrammed and she turns into like Brainiac or something.
Well, she would take time to learn programming.
No, just instantly know it. Like just downloaded by the AI, just force feeds her.
Because she's just
and then all of a sudden she's like she turns into like supercomputer because her brain's just
she just
so
becomes
hyped.
like an extension.
It's like the human supercomputer because she's been always wound up wanting to say stuff, and now it's her time to process.
Well, that's what I mean. I can just imagine the poetry from this person, all the things. Like it would be.
In my darkness of silence, I know the true meaning of the being alone. You know what I mean? Like fucking shit like that from the heart. Hey? Man, it's pissing down outside.
It is, hey? Yeah, it's going to chop your voice up a bit, but that'll be all right. It's not as bad as when you're outside. You're inside, thankfully.
No, I've stayed inside because I got the vape.
It could be crazy. It could be whatever. I don't know, but I feel like that we are at a point in history where a person with her situation,
where people that have been cursed with that unabledness,
that level of unability can now have can
learn to bloody communicate,
be enabled,
have some enablement.
I honestly said this to him. I looked at the guy. I said, I'm sure you don't need this, but if you did, if this was the case, I'll fucking sell my stocks to pay for the flight for it to go over there to get it. If that's what if you didn't have the $5,000 or whatever, because to me the story, like just of like being able, like because I was actually quite blunt with them. I just said, like, because in a complete reverse from a marketing perspective, can you have a better story? Like a guy using chess on his computer and playing Civ, it's cool, it's very cool, it's amazing, but somebody who never said a word,
definitely a massive advancement.
Somebody who's never been able to have effect on reality,
on any reality, that's it,
at all,
completely cut off,
since 3 months
to be re-established,
after 45 years, like shit, like is that the story of the year?
It would be.
That'd be like a fucking Nobel Prize. Century.
Story of the century.
Isn't that like a Nobel Prize kind of shit?
From completely unable to
speaking for the world or whatever, enabled and speaking and saying fucking I'm not even sure what, nothing, and from kill me to I don't know what.
I'm so thankful for having an opportunity to give my voice and finally have a voice.
I believed my whole life that I would.
I would live to a certain time where I'd be able to get my voice back.
And when I finally understood.
Crazy. I love it, man. I love it.
I want to meet her. I want to meet her and just show her a series of slides, even just pictures, just going, just super slow and just talk, and then show her like fucking video and just go and just. I think the thing about that would be, that in a way you'd almost want to have it lined up a bit before you even, because I think to go to someone that and tease them with that kind of thing. But because what you want to say is too, like, because we've known, like, for example, the bloodbath, was low quad, etc. Right? And his experience, but he was able to say, for example, do a bottle of bourbon if he wanted to in an evening. He was able to fucking smoke 10 joints and 20 cones, and if he wanted to in an evening. This person can't
do shit.
Like if someone was giving them those things, that's also bad, because imagine they're sitting there not wanting it, just being force fed this shit.
Force fed. That's it. Unable to say no.
So you actually you just got to raw dog it.
Well, it's like ether sex.
Like how even a psychologist, you can't even go
very similar to ether sex. I mean, if you're not in the or too drunk to bark, that mode.
But you know what I mean? A psychologist, what do? What can they say? What is your thing? How do you feel? Like what? Are they depressed? Who would know? Like
you got to have some way of relating.
Yeah. How do you? Shall we talk about your day?
Just blink once or twice.
Well,
yes,
they can't even blink.
That's right. There you go.
Can't even blink. No. Just looking at, and that just all they can emit apparently is that radiance.
Always the watcher.
The feeling.
The true human status of always the watcher.
Always the watcher. Yeah. Literally, like.
Would you know if they've had? I mean, you wouldn't even know if they've had adequate learning.
No, but
you'd imagine they would.
Yeah,
I mean, because most minds automatically will pick
yes,
up stuff over time.
Yeah.
So you become learned as you go along.
You do. And so they've sat in a room with their mum or whatever, watching TV.
Yeah.
You know
so
what I mean?
45 years, there'd definitely be learnedness inside.
They're aware that there's through television. I suspect is probably what's really given them an insight to the world.
Portal.
Yeah. And then because of that, then words. So they hear. They might like connect some. I was thinking about this. They might connect some written words with things, but more likely they're going to connect spoken words with images.
Yeah. So they won't have like the equivalent of what people would recall have, which is like books in their mind.
Yeah, no. I think it'd be very visual. You'd need to use
visually
and
orientated,
quite realistic imagery too, not sort of synthetic imagery, like stuff that they've likely seen repetitively.
Well, if that's all you've got, then
you'd always talk to the mother and say,
that's what you'd be focused on. So your vision would be, it would be almost permanent, because you'd have no other distraction. You couldn't add your point of view other than in your mind. Yes. And you'd certainly want to have fucking internal monologue.
Would you?
In that situation. I mean, to survive that long, you would need internal monologue. Sorry.
That is why it's to me
without
almost
that,
imperative.
you would quite literally lose your mind.
You would.
Yeah.
So this person must. Otherwise, they would have lost their mind. And
Incredible story. It makes most people, when they hear things like that, right? Makes most people realise how good they've fucking got it. Right?
Yeah. Or it's just so far beyond they can't even kind of connect.
It's out of their rationale.
They can't connect. But otherwise, I think it does. And for me though, it just like it connected me more to the that we can solve it.
Yeah, we have things that make it solvable. Yeah.
And as such, it behooves us to do so.
Should be done.
Yes. Which one should I do?
Even if it's to get an answer that I want out.
Oh, fucking
it should have been should have been done immediately for free and nothing. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what it should be done, because then that gives that person an opportunity to not be, what they would consider if they felt that way.
And you'd really have to accept it.
A burden on society.
Yeah, and you really have to accept that position, hey, because because the desire for then, once you had that connection, to then try and pull out of them the special secret knowledges that were hidden from in that 45 years that are locked away.
Yeah, maybe they don't
so
want to
hungry
share.
for us. We would want to know what
But
was
maybe
inside
they don't
there.
want to share.
I know.
Maybe they don't want to share.
Yeah, maybe
they're quite happy knowing all the stuff they know, and they're like, no, I don't want to compare notes with you, because you've got your way of interpreting, and I've got mine, which is just what I've seen and what I've heard. What made it through. Yeah.
I can just feel that kind of brush up in like sights and stuff. So I'm desperate to now be like, to find inside.
Process the mind. How is the mind coped, and all the.